In the town I lived in, we used to go to families where they would put a ribbon on the door indicating someone had died. And as little kids, me and my friends would knock on the door and ask if we could pray. Well, we did that with an ulterior motive, of course. So we went upstairs and had a look, and we were asked to say a prayer, and we did. And then we got up and went downstairs, and then we got lemonade and cake, and then off we went and had fun. It wasn't squeamish, it wasn't terrifying, it wasn't anything like that. It was just commonplace. And everybody went to funerals. It was a big event, even if they didn't know them at all, you know? It's part of the community, part of life, yes.
Death is something that we've been intimately involved with for countless generations, and it's only since we've urbanised ourselves that we've decided to outsource this process and to hand it off to somebody else. And now we're trained to feel that it's a bit of a taboo subject, and we shouldn't be thinking about death because it's macabre. But the reality is, it's something that we're all going to be going through. And I think that if something was to happen to me, I would like the opportunity for them to be able to say goodbye in an environment that is familiar to myself and familiar to them.
I think most people sort of say, yes, I want a funeral. Yes, I want a cremation. No, I want to be buried. So how do we explore those options further? And what does that mean? How much can I do?
We have been married for a very long time and lived in the Southwest for the last 30 years, pretty much 30 years. Like most of the people, we really have been involved with a lot of deaths in our families, some close ones. So we have been discovering, I guess, this industry, both in Australia and in France. Like the Australian industry for the moment is very standardized.
Well, my experience of one funeral that I went to in our locality was with the traditional funeral undertaker, and I found it very alienating. It was efficient. It was reasonably quick, and then I think we had a cup of tea and something to eat afterwards, and that was it.
You come together in this funeral parlour, this funeral facility. It seems very prescribed. It just doesn't have any emotional connectedness.
Making money on the time that is the worst time for all of us, worst time in our life. It's to bury, to say goodbye to a loved one, and having profits created from that time. I think again, as a community, it's something that it's not really right. There is a cost definitely, but it doesn't have to be for profit and creating extra wealth on top of a service.
We need to change that and offer something different and do it in a way that is meaningful.
So the reason I would love more people to know about tender funerals is that I think it can help change the way we approach death and dying. We can own the process. We get to make real choices because we're not caught up in the emotion. We've thought about these things beforehand. And it's a final gift that we could give, for in our case, a final gift we could give our mother.
The Tender Funerals is here to offer love and transparency and compassion around the death of a loved one.
It's a non-for-profit charity. It belongs to the whole community. To be able to offer funerals in whatever way, shape or form that any family wants.
We're here to help with that journey, not to disassociate death with the individual, but to say that death is part of life.
The hope is for the community that it will cost less and it will be less structured in terms of being taken over. People can actually help and do things themselves, so they have a sense of ownership of the process. It's lovely to care for a loved one who's died.
What I would like to see is that we educate everybody about the possibilities of death, what can be done, what can't be done, what you feel comfortable with being involved with and what you don't feel comfortable with being involved with. So there's plenty of opportunity for existing service providers to open up that market. And for me, I think that I would like to have that choice and to be aware of what choices are available before the time comes when I need that service.
We shouldn't have any rules. We shouldn't have any dictated menu to tell us what we have to do. So to really reflect the amazing life of the people who died, we need to have choice.
The sort of funeral I would like to have in a community with my friends around me. Being dead doesn't matter. And but it's just lovely to be in that situation where you are helping and you can do something, and you can support the community. They can support each other, and everybody brings things. Bring things to eat, plate here and the plate there, and something to drink, and flowers can be brought, and they can sing. They can all sing together. They can practice, and anybody who can play an instrument can do that. It's so beautiful. Yeah.
Tender Funerals Geographe is about providing compassionate care, compassionate, transparent care for the loved one.
We think we can make it happen as a community here for the Southwest to have more choice, not one fit all, and not commercialized, not there for profit. So looking at a model of non-for-profit and community-based.
I'm certainly an advocate for tender funerals because we couldn't fault, and on reflection we couldn't fault it. So while we're in planning, while it was happening, and on reflection afterwards, we were absolutely comfortable and felt we honoured our mother as she would have wanted.
We're in this position where we want to make some changes, and that's why I feel like I want to get involved.
I really think it would be great. I'd love to see it happen. And please put me on the list. Yes. So I'm sincere about that, that's for sure.